Yeah, every time we talk to you, there seems to be some milestone or some kind of record that you're breaking. This is the 185th goal that you've scored for Spurs, which is the only player, the single player, there's only you that's done that. You've taken the lead against Aguero.
Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic kind of 9-10 years playing in the Premier League, and hopefully got plenty more years to go as well. So, no, always love to score, always love scoring. The most important thing is winning games, and we started the season well doing that. So, credit to the boys, everyone dug deep. Good clean sheet today, and yeah, let's keep it going.
Is that what we're seeing now? A gritty side, a resilient side, even when you don't play well, as you did in the first half?
I think so. I think for sure time will tell as the season goes on. We need to play better, especially start games better. It was the same last week against Chelsea. We didn't start well, and in the second half we got into the game. So, yeah, we need to improve for sure. But yeah, when you cannot play at your best and still win games, that's a sign of a good team.
Thanks, Harry. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
Even the first one, he's got attracted to the ball and he stepped in. And Harry Kane's timing's a little bit off, but the second time he's recognised the situation. And as soon as he steps away and he pulls off him here and he can't feel him, now he's not in control. He's unaware of where he is.
If you see the movement here, you teach like young lads, young strikers, and Kane's obviously remembered it. Make your movement, your vital movement, as late as you possibly could. And he's not made his second movement, he's made his first movement. His second one goes as it's coming off the head of Perisic. No defender in the world can defend that.
Yeah.
If you leave it that late, and the timing was perfect.
And as a 21-year-old centre half, Collins will make these, these mistakes.
He had a good game up to that point.
He was excellent. We've got a great view of him. He dominated Harry Kane in the first half. Harry Kane didn't have a kick, but these little details are the difference. That's why Harry Kane. I think if you put Harry Kane in the Wolves team today, and them chances they created, he's going to put one or two of them away. Wolves really missed that focal point, that number 9.
Can you coach that sort of movement from Kane? How much of it is instinct?
Well, there's a lot of instinct, but you can coach that. You can actually, you go out and you do it on the training ground. I always say that ball's still got, from the time it goes off the head, or even from Son's kick, the time it goes in there, look, boom, he's making his movement within split seconds, look. The ball's still got to travel. We forget about the travelling time of the ball between two distances. So people make movement from a corner kick. As it's leaving the corner kick, Son takes it. People are trying to make movement then. Wait until it's like the ball's still got to travel in the air.
Yeah.
When it's in mid-air between no one, every defender in the world, what they'll be doing?
Yeah, ball watching.
They'll be looking at the ball.
And he scored from a set-piece last week as well. Are you seeing that work that's been done on the training ground paying off, Julian?
100%. You can work on it, but to perfect it to that level, he's got to have some element of natural instinct because his timing of it is so impeccable all the time. And he's always in that back post area. He's never run it across the front and he's glancing. It's always kind of back post.
We spoke about Aguero, didn't we? Before the game, down in the tunnel. Aguero, you could see just the same goal, couldn't you?
Yeah, the second movement. As soon as a touch comes in from a defender, that's when they come alive because they know now everyone's switched off and ball watching.
And they're born goal scorers, that's why.
And was that the main difference between the two teams today, that Spurs just had that out-and-out brilliant number 9 out there, and that's what Wolves were lacking, again?
Again, we said it before the game, and I think that's the management and I'm sure the recruitment, that's what they'll be looking for. They brought 2 players in that are similar to what they've already got. They need that number 9. If Jimenez is going to get back to where he was, they've got one. But hopefully for him and for Wolves they will. But they were in and around the penalty area. There, look at that. A calm Harry Kane.
Someone with more composure, just not snatching at it and recognising that this needs a different type of technique, not slashing at the ball. But they said they're not easy to find.
They need that number 9 player.
And they're not cheap.
No, they're not cheap.
Who calms down in those, rather than, your heart rate goes up. They need someone that just keeps a cool head and has that belief in himself.
And also, I think, if they're ever in a difficult moment, we know that they need someone to put the ball in the back of the net, but losing Conor Cody, I think, is going to be a big blow to them because, all of a sudden, there's no need to panic at Wolves. They're getting in positions. If you're not creating chances, that's when you're worried. But, you have to come through this. They have to find a goal from somewhere and a result from somewhere. Otherwise...
But they had a similar start last season. We then did the Brentford game, and that was when I was really nervous for them. I thought.
But this is sort of filtered over from last season as well.
I think it was
no
a transition.
wins in 10.
The Leeds game, I think that the result there, I think they went up and then they lost the game, and then all of a sudden their form changed. And it's obviously longer lasting than the start of this season, but I think they'll be all right in terms of survival. I don't think they have to worry about being relegated or anything like
But
that.
this is 10 games without a win in the Premier League now for Wolves. You know,
And the
on
more
back
that
end of
goes on,
last year.
the more the pressure's going to crank up, isn't it?
Exactly. But I still think I have a great belief in football. If you're creating chances, even if you've got a striker who's not on form, one's going to go in off his backside soon, and then something will happen. He can build off that. But it's an easy recruitment policy for Bruno Lage. They need to scour Europe and the world and find someone who can finish off the chances.
Positives, though, with the new signings today, Jolien, that they're going to take from today?
Yeah, definitely. I think they bedded in well. They didn't look out of place. They didn't look like they'd only trained once, maybe twice. It was their first game. That they showed they understood each other, which is key, which is what managers want to see. At this stage of the season, yes, you want results and performances, but you need to understand the rhythm and see your players know what to do when they're on the pitch, and that was the case today.
For Tottenham, though, top of the league for now, at least, Glenn.
Don't start, Lynn. Don't start.
For another hour and a half.
They were top under Nuno after 3 games last season, so we have to be careful.
Yeah,
but what would you say makes you feel it's going to be different this time?
The major difference for me is last week against Chelsea, the way we played, we should have lost that game. We didn't. We got a point from somewhere where we don't get many points. Today we weren't at our very best. Second half we improved, but there was a long way to go, wasn't there, to improve? It was quite easy to improve. So we're playing a little bit indifferent. There's a lot more to come from this team, guys. I'm telling you that now. And they're top of the league at the moment. So that's a great sign for Tottenham and Tottenham fans. The performance was a similar one to maybe last year or the year before. We'd have ended up drawing that or losing that even. There's an improvement instantly, and I think long term that will come as well.
Do you think they look more physically imposing?
Yeah.
We were staying with, they're big guys now, Tottenham. They dominate score from the set piece. They've added that to their game today. There's incremental improvements from.
And they're mentally stronger as well.
Yeah.
You've got Perisic, who's he's won.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. He's won Champions League, whatever. You've got
league titles in Italy.
Exactly. You've got Højbjerg and Bentancur. They're players of strength, but they can use the ball. So at the end of the day, it's not only just the physical side, Joe. It's also the mental side. Not many teams will want to come and play Tottenham at the moment. They really won't because they're playing okay and they're getting points. Yeah. How bad's that?
How important was that competition and that depth in the best teams, the winning teams that you played in?
Oh, it's huge because it keeps a competitive edge in the squad because you know that if you're not performing then someone's able to step in and replace you. But I think that's important for Spurs. Listen, they're going to be contesting on all competitions now. I think they believe they're going to win something, maybe not the league, but they need a squad in depth and to combat that.
Glenn mentioned Perisic as well, making his first start today. What did you think of the impact he had?
I thought he was excellent. We know what you're going to get from him. I remember he's tortured England on numerous occasions for Croatia. He's positive. He's still got a lovely yard of pace at 33. He does the right things. He's a well-seasoned footballer. Just put that into an area. This is in the first half. That was their only glimpse. Now this is second half when he's at it. Now look at this for a 33-year-old wide man. He's just driving, powerful. He goes in the box. He can go both sides. We watched him take corners off his right foot. Look, makes the wrong decision here. But, he's a great addition and he's going to be fantastic for Sessegnon. We've got a young player there who can learn off someone who's been there and done it. So
he's already spoken about how much he's been helping him already.
Which another string to his bow, all accounts he's a good lad in the dressing room, which is what you need as well. To win titles, you need the 23 players, and they all, if you get a bad egg, you bring it down. But look, he looks like he's already part of it. He's settled in really well.
Yeah, the fans will be looking forward to seeing more of him, I'm sure. We can get some reaction from the Wolves camp now, though, because Matheus Nunes made his debut today, and he is with Des. Fair play to Matheus Nunes coming out after his very first game and following a defeat. His stepdad's from Sunderland, though, so his English is very good already. He looks like he's going to be a really good addition, Jolien.
Oh, definitely. He was exciting. He drove up defenders, he created opportunities, and he was positive, which is what you want to see. Especially, you're going to expect that on his debut because he's going to be excited about playing. But in regards to the outcome, he spoke on there and humility, and obviously having a support network of Portuguese players helps as well when you're making that transition overseas.
Jermaine, he mentioned balance there, and Jermaine spoke about that as well, how they've got to find more balance. How is Bruno Lage going to do that?
Well, he's got the balance in midfield if he wants to be creative. He's got creative players, we've seen that, and this lad will get better. Bruno Lage has had to throw him in. If they're on a decent run and they've won their first game, got a draw, he holds him back. He doesn't throw him in, but he's desperate for a result. So the boy's been thrown in. He's going to get better. But they still need that they need something up the top. I mean, Podence wanted to come. He played as a false nine, but he kept coming towards the ball, particularly first half. They need someone that's going to go in behind, because I think they've got some real good creative players, passers of the ball, that want to pass forward. At the moment, there's nowhere to go. So they're having to build up like they are. That's why we saw them. They had loads of shots at goal, but it was all from distance. When did they ever really once? Like Neary gets in behind, really in behind, and that was a threat. They didn't get behind Tottenham today, and they had a lot of possession, a lot of shots. But your opponents are saying, well, we'll deal with that. We'll let our keeper deal with that. But at the end of the day, I think their midfield has got a terrific balance about them.
Yeah, some good additions there. For Harry Kane, though, it is his day today. His 250th goal for them. He's 4th on the all-time list. He's chasing down Andy Cole, just 2 behind him. Alan Shearer, obviously, at the top of the ranks. He's just 29, Joel. What's possible?
With me, Jolien was going back for. I think he'll get Alan's record. I really do. I watch him play, and again, we got a great vantage point. You see his little movements, the little movement for the goal, this instinctual goal scoring. He scores all types of goals. He's a wonderful player. We're very lucky to have him in this country, and this club's very lucky to have nearly lost him last year, but he looks a lot more settled. I think Kulusevski coming in helps him. Son on the other side. Richarlison's got pace all around him now. So he's looking at this thinking, things are looking up now at this club, and he can see bright things ahead. So I think he'll get there. I think he will. Not sure.
29, Julian. Is Alan safe with that record?
I think he's safe. I think it's a long way to go. He's got to average 20 goals for the next 4 seasons. Including this one as well. So it's difficult. I'm not saying he won't do it, but I'll be surprised. It would surprise me more if he did do it, because I don't see him leaving here. I know me and Joe were speaking about him potentially going to another club. I don't see Harry Kane leaving Spurs now, Anna. So then at the end of his career, is he going to be picking up 10, 15 goals? I'm not so sure.
I think he's got, in this squad now, he's got providers.
Yeah.
He's had Son. We know about this unit together. But I think Perisic, once he gets to know Perisic and he can put crosses in left foot, right foot, he's a clever player. I think there's some... The ammunition's there for him to... If he'd have gone to Man City, we all said, God, if he goes to Man City, he'll score a bagful because they create. Yeah. I think there's more creation in this team, which might even get better.
Yeah. I was in a different camp. I thought he would score less, because I don't think he plays every game. Like, if he's fit for Spurs, he plays every minute of every game. Where if he scores 1 or 2 for a Man City, we might have a Champions League game, so come and sit down. And I think that's going to happen with Spurs as they get better and more competitive in all the competitions. Does he play every minute of every game? And then obviously he may not score.
Maybe League Cup he won't. He needs a rest. He needs to be rested. You know, he does need to be rested, and that's the beauty of having a stronger squad, of course. But at the end of the day, he's a goal scorer, and he does. And as I said before, he does more than just goal scoring. He drops in, he does everything. So when they get that system going and Son's going in, that's when they're at the best sometimes. Yeah. You know, he drops in and Son's in, and you'll see Perisic is a clever player. He won't always play as a wing back. He'll be going in behind because he reads the game really well. So I think there's a lot of bonuses there that he can catch that. If he gets injured, of course, that might go out the window. And if he's been, being rested too much, but I just think, Tottenham without Harry Kane, I think most managers would be tempted to play him. Rest him when he needs a rest, but let him play.
Well, they've got Richarlison now, of course. That's the beauty of that. You've talked about Son, though. What is wrong with Sonny? He just looks out of sorts this season.
Well, he's had little spells like that. Certainly when he first come. Don't go against Son. Son will come good again. There's no doubt about it. He's had a lot of football as well. He's had a lot of football over the last couple of years, and with his national team. To score, what was it, 22, 23 last, 22?
Open play.
Level with Salah on
without a penalty.
Golden Boot winner.
Without a penalty. All the others have got penalties up their sleeve. That was immense. Now, it's like any old thing in football. You set a standard. The hardest thing is to maintain that standard. So he will have a little bit of a dip, but within 4 games, 5 games, he'll be back to his very best. No doubt about it.
And he's the sort of player, we've seen it before, once that goal comes, he'll just take off, do you think?
Yeah, but I thought it wasn't just him. I thought first half and last week as well, a lot of the Tottenham players looked a bit leggy, and sometimes Glenn will know better. Sometimes a manager, after a pre-season, sometimes you can get that until you get your legs going. Certain players take a bit longer than others, but I agree with Glenn in the sense that Son is outstanding. I think he could go to any team in this country and play, probably in Europe, probably in the world. you know, but he's right. He's played a lot of football, and he's the focal point for his country as well. That brings its own pressure, like Harry Kane. So they got them two together. You know, that takes some stopping.
If Antonio Conte can get more second-half performances, not the first one today, do you still think they're the best team who can challenge that top two?
Yeah, but I still think there's a gap. I still think there's a level of consistency that them two teams we were speaking about, Liverpool and Man City, have hit, 10, 12 wins in a row.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there's any other team in the league that can manage that. There's teams that can go on unbeaten runs, 100%, like Spurs, if they went on a 8-9 game, 10 game unbeaten run, you wouldn't surprise you. But to win 10 games in a row, which Man City and Liverpool are doing over the last few years, is remarkable.
I think they've got closer to Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get closer to Chelsea. Has still got a very, very good squad, by the way. And I think if they do get Aubameyang, I think that could be good news for Chelsea fans.
Well, let's see what the manager made of that 1-0 win today. They're unbeaten still this season. Antonio Conte is with Des.
Very much. Antonio, 3 points is what it's all about today, but what did you make of the performance?
The performance at the end was good, because I have to consider everything. First of all, the importance of the opponent, because Wolverhampton, I think in the last week they signed 2 important players like Guedes, like Nunes. If you see the start 11 today, I think you have to be a bit scared, because Wolverhampton, in my opinion, with Moutinho, with Ruben Neves, Nunes, and is as one of the best midfielder for this league, and also the 3 players in front. Guedes and Podence, then Jimenez, and then I think is a really good team. And in the first half, I think we struggle a bit, and we are talking about player very good with quality, fast, and but in the second half, I think we deserve to win. We had many chances to score. The first half was good to stay calm, to stay focused, to suffer also together. I don't remember a great chance that we conceded to Wolverhampton, or a great save from Hugo. Instead, in the second half, I think we created many chances to improve the final result. At the end, it was good, and don't forget last season with these 3 teams that we played in this season, and we lost against Tottenham, against Chelsea, and then against Wolverhampton, and with me. Now we got 7 points. I think it is a good signal, and the team is continuing to improve. It's important for fans to understand that sometimes you can struggle, and you have to push us from the start until the end.
And if you do need a goal, Harry Kane's the man to give it to you, isn't he? He's struck again. He's got a record 185 Premier League goals for Spurs, which is a great achievement. You can rely on him always.
Yeah, but I know very well that this is a great achievement, a personal great achievement. I know very well that Harry would like to exchange this achievement with the trophy. Yeah, I know this, and he's working for this. We are working for this to try to improve the team, to bring the team, the club in another level, and not only to have a personal big achievement. And at the same time, you know very well, which is my consideration about Harry. We are talking about a world-class striker, but what make me happy, not only with the ball, and that we have in our team a top scorer, a top player. We have a player that totally involved with the other teammates, and he works a lot for the team. For this reason, I'm really pleased to have him to be his coach.
Thanks, Antonio.
Thank you very much.